Well, good morning. Welcome back to the Tennessee Frugal Craftsman. It is Saturday, July 23rd. I feel like I have been, well, in a Russian gulag for the past 3 days because of all the digging that I've had to do. And so I'm finally getting ready to set the footing, so I'm going to be doing that today. I'll give you an update later in the day. But I just wanted to show you some of the digging that I did. As you can see here, most of this dirt was actually here from when I did the French drain, but because I'm on a side hill, I don't know whether you can see it in the video, I'm stepping my footings up. I am doing, laid it out for the 20 by 14. As you can see here, I had to go down 12 inches to go below frost level here in eastern Tennessee. It has been a 3-day dig. Now, again, ideally it'd be nice to use a backhoe, but the way I had, with my gravel that's shown up now, my sand, my concrete and all of that stuff, getting ready for mixing, there really wasn't a lot of room in here to maneuver around. Even before I got the gravel and stuff in, they might have been able to get the sides, but that back corner would have been hard because this is all, it goes over a side hill there. And on this side, there's no room in here. So I end up digging this by hand. I've got lots of fill. So I'll just come down in here. You see, I did about between 2 and 3 feet wide. So I have room to lay my footing. That's what I'm going to be doing today. Then I put the fill that I took out here, I leveled this out along here. You can see where it drops, well, it's seeing it in the video here, but it drops off about 2 feet there. And then of course it drops off really steep over there. So I've got this, I took enough fill out to level this area so I can put my scaffolding and stuff up when I start building. Also give me a little bit of a level area when I finish the building. And so we are at that stage of putting in the forms. And that's what I'm going to do next, and so I will come back and give you an update. Just come down in here and let you see, kind of give you depth perception. That's the digging. Alright, I will come back in a bit later today. Welcome back to Tennessee Frugal Craftsman. It's Monday, July the 25th. I am finally ready to start pouring. I got the forming done mostly on Saturday, finished it up this morning. So I want to show you kind of what I did, how to do keyways, get the rebar and everything in. So let's look. All right. As I said, this is a 14 by 20. And I'll just give you a quick overview of what I did here. I had to do step footings because this is downhill, so that's like a 16, that's like an 18, so 16, 18, that's roughly what the drops are. Now the line in the middle, that is my keyway that's going to accept my monolithic poured walls. Now normally if you're using blocks, you would just run your half-inch rebar into your concrete footing and have it sticking up out. But this is just going to have a keyway, and the keyway locks the wall from moving that way. So what I did is I put a 2.5 inch strip and then about 1 3/4 inch strip underneath that, so you've got like a step down. So a full 1.5 inches or so depth of a keyway. Then below that 2 inches roughly is the rebar, a single strand of rebar. Now if this was a regular house, something like that, you'd have 2 strands running in that footing. And so that's coming down around, and as you can see, that runs all the way over the full width. And then I just hang a corner here. Now what I did to get the rebar hanging properly, I drilled holes about every 2 feet or so, hung some wire down, and I'll just come in here close here, show you what that looks like. Hung some wire down and just hung the the rebar from that so it's up off the ground. And then I just took a nail, wrapped the wire around the nail, and I can just pull that out as I'm pouring once the concrete gets underneath of it. Snip that off. And so this is basically what I've got. Now I still got to fill in a bit here. This is quite deep. This is almost 8 or 10 inches. So I'm going to put some crushed rock in here so it doesn't run out underneath my forms. But most of this is sitting right on the ground. Most of these forms are sitting right on the ground. Most people probably would use 2x6, not be as particular about it, but I want to use my footings to be fairly accurate to square my walls and everything. And I guess that's the finished carpenter in me. I like things to be nice and neat. And so I will come back a little later as we get pouring. But as you can see, everything here is fairly straightforward. Now as far as the stepping down here, I just kind of angled the dirt, ran my rebar at an angle, and then put my keyway even down the face of this, so when the wall comes up past here, it'll have a keyway into that to actually lock as well. And so you can see the attachments are accessible, so I can take this off when I'm stripping the forms, so everything should go fairly smoothly. So I'll be back a little later today to show you a little bit more. Well, I am finally done pouring my footing. It has been a siege. I was hoping to get done yesterday, but we got rained out right around noon, between noon and 1 o'clock. So by the time I got everything cleaned up, headed home, then it cleared up again. So I came back out at 3 and worked from about 3 to 8. Still didn't finish the whole thing. Had I had the full day, because I didn't start pouring until about noon, so it was about 1, I guess, when I stopped. And so I am in the process now of stripping the lower section that I did yesterday. Finished pouring this morning, so I'll show you what it looks like. The upper section is where I poured. I poured around in behind, clear around over to there roughly. So that upper section in behind that pile of dirt is where I poured this morning. But I had poured from this point clear down, around, up, over into that area. And so I am in the process of stripping the forms. It's a little green. I'm not overly concerned. This is all going to be buried as the footing. I just wanted to get as much of the keyway out as possible, because that's just wood, squared wood, 2 layers down in there. One that's about 2.5 and one that's about 1 3/4 inches, as you can see. So kind of zero in here. This is what the keyway looks like. So I've taken out, broken that one off, and this one's got to come out yet. So I'm just kind of loosening up the forms whatever I can get out. I can't touch up there because that's where I finished pouring. I'm just getting ready to take out this board here. And that's where I started pouring this morning. And so I'll strip a little bit along here as much as I can, but I pretty much got to leave that until tomorrow. So yeah, I am there pretty much with the footing. Next phase is laying out the walls to pour the cement walls. That's gonna be fun. I'm not going to use cement block. I'm actually going to use my sand and gravel and my other Portland. And so that's what it looks like. That is a 20-inch wide footing, over 6 inches deep in most parts. It's outside edge is 6 inch, but usually in the middle it's about 7, with a line of rebar down the middle. So that's what the call for, and so that's what I'm doing. So I appreciate you joining me. I'll try to give you another update. I am kind of bouncing between jobs here, between doing my work here and then getting down Chattanooga to help one of my colleagues with a greenhouse. So don't know how much I'm going to get done. I was hoping to get the walls done and start building by the end of the month, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen because between the rain and the other job that I'm working on, it's going to be pretty hard. So, but I've got the big step done here as far as the digging and the footings in. So now it's laying building form walls. So I'll show you how that's done when I get to that point. But until then, always appreciate you joining. It's a beautiful day here. It threatened rain for a while, but it's a great day. It's been a great day to work. So if you will do me the honor of liking and subscribing and joining me, I'll bring you along on this journey of building the baby barn, what I call the outbuilding. That's the first step in my project of the home construction, is to get a place to store things off on the property where I can keep it secure. So hope to see you next time. I'll try to have another video posted, hopefully today's Tuesday, hopefully by the end of the week. We'll see. So until next time, you have a great day.